And welcome back to another episode of Repressed Humor Issues. We're in the Unfuck It Studios.
Yeah, we're just two guys with two mics and one excuse to avoid our spouses.
I'm Ryan,
And I'm Dan.
and I lived through a storm today.
Yeah, you were telling me we were delayed in being able to do this.
Yeah, it actually was a little freaky, and I gauged things off of my dog's reactions, the color of the sky, and my natural Kansas intuition of tornadoes. And also, there was a tornado warning that kept coming across my watch, my cell phone, and our security system panel. I didn't even know it could do that. So I had like beeps in three different places. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, the sky turned all green. This crazy, long sustaining torrential downpour, insane winds came through for like, I don't know, got close to 2 hours. And there was like flash flooding and crap like that. And then, branches. We have a bunch of ginkgo biloba trees that are huge around our house, and their branches came tumbling down. And there's somebody's car right in front of our house that has a sizable branch in their windshield presently.
So you have ginkgo biloba available to you in your front yard, yet you're still hawking other people's brain pills on Facebook.
Well, I don't know how to like. Is it the leaf? Is it the berry? Is it the thing that happens in the fall where it like sheds a bunch of shit?
Is it the Google that can tell you which of those is true?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's probably the leaf too, and you probably have to wait till they turn yellow, which is really pretty in the fall.
Or there's a berry, that thing that you're talking about that falls off. It might be the berry that you have to crush and then,
I
freeze it in nitrogen and then burn it in oil and then,
I have newt.
yes, crush it with ant feet. Any more pressure than that squeezes all of it out and it's now useless. I mean, it's going to be something really weird.
That's so specific.
Well, have you ever had an ant crawl on you?
Yeah.
Could you feel it?
Just a bit, not much.
There's not much pressure there, right?
No. It's not like they're gonna break. They couldn't even break my arm hair.
That's what I'm saying. That pressure down is what allows the ginkgo biloba goodness to flow out.
So I'll look it up and get back to you.
We're going in the. It's going to be from the Ginkgo Biloba Studios next, isn't it?
Yeah, and just I'll try to come on camera next time, and those be a heaping mound of leaves. I'm rich. I got that ginkgo biloba cash.
Wow, words I never thought I'd hear together. Ginkgo biloba cash, almost like the words that you said in a text message. Well, you were at a concert the other day. Do you remember the words that you told me?
No. I was not at a concert, and I text you nothing.
So all the talk about how sweaty your inner thighs were and how it was like jello
Yeah.
was all just my mind making that up.
Yeah, you were high, obviously.
Obviously, nobody's going to talk. Nobody's going to just think to themselves if they're in a rational state of mind about how much thigh sweat does Ryan have right at this particular moment. No, and does it have the consistency of pudding?
This is why we're really good friends. It's
This is why we're not going to be really good friends at some point, is because you keep sending me shit like that. Because what came out of that?
the title for the episode.
And do you want me to say it, or are you willing to put this on tape?
What do you want to talk about? The original?
I want to talk about both. What you screwed up when you wrote it down.
Oh, well, okay.
So talk about the right one first.
All right. So, creamy Cosby. Well, you changed it. Now I don't remember the original.
It's Creamy Cosby Cravings was the original.
Creamy.
Yeah, that's what I sent you. And
Yeah.
then I changed it to Creamy Cosby Confections.
And I miswrote it, not spoke. Crammy Cosby Confections.
Which he did cram some confections in some people.
Oh God. In my really warped brain, the very first thing that comes to mind is him just ramming a zebra cake into orifices.
Zebra cake. What?
Yeah.
Zebra cake.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Why zebra cake?
I don't
Explain
know.
explain the mental gymnastics that turned Bill Cosby,
So,
America's dad turned rapist. Explain the mental gymnastics that got you to his penis looks like a zebra.
well, I was thinking like the creamy confection piece, and I was thinking about the outer casing of a zebra cake, and when it crumbles, uh, I don't. That's honestly, that's how my brain came to that. No pun intended. That's what she said.
I
I
really wish I
yo.
was high right now because it would explain
Oh,
what's going on.
speaking of, this episode is sponsored by Magic Cactus.
Is that going to end up on Facebook too?
Oh, it's already on Facebook. That's where I
Uh,
found. They found me.
okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to make some comments. So,
Mm.
anyways, you may notice my background's a little.
No, not
Oh, what?
Facebook like that. Facebook ad
Yeah.
is how I. But I purchased this.
Okay. So we're not sponsored by them.
No, but it is. Can you see that? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So this will send me into another dimension shortly.
Oh, this is going to be a fun episode.
Mm. But your
So,
background is
yes,
new.
I'm not in my normal place because you know how Ryan gallivants all over the planet? I
Yep.
mean, he's going to be on a different planet shortly, but you know how he gallivants all over the planet? I had to gallivant today. I'm in Boston for business. So my background is different, but it was an interesting little tidbit that Ryan found out just before, because you may have noticed I've been having some sound issues with some reflections inside of my room, my office, that I'm trying to figure out ways to be able to reduce the reflections and make the sound just sound better. But I brought my microphone box with me
This is
to
the
Boston
best.
so we could tape this. And so a while ago, I had to replace the Yeti microphone that I normally use because we're having all sorts of issues with volume dropping. And we found out it was a setting. So the microphone is actually fine. But they sent me a replacement one and never asked for the original back. So I have two of them. So I thought I'm just going to bring the box with my Yeti in it, with my second Yeti, and we'll tape and I'll have good sound. Well, this is said box. Okay, it's fairly heavy. Feels like it weighs about 3 or 4 pounds.
And
Um,
if you're listening, Dan is holding up the physical box right now.
yes, I'm opening the physical box. You want to narrate it to that level? Here,
No.
here's the problem with what happened. There's no microphone in the box.
Nope. Just the
Literally,
stand.
literally, I hauled this thing thinking, oh, I'm going to have the best recording ever because I'm going to get rid of my echo issues. And I ended up carrying a 3 pound box all over airports all over the US for zero reason.
Sponsored by Yeti, the microphone company.
The microphone stand company.
Yeah. Wait,
So,
what's the name? No, I think the company's name is Blue.
no, it's Logitech.
No.
Logitech makes the Yeti.
Oh, well then what's the blue logo?
The blue is what they call it, a Yeti Blue, because they've had different versions of this, but this is a Logitech
Oh.
product. Drink more, would you?
Ugh. Actually, this tastes delicious. I'm drinking the spiced peach flavor.
Okay.
So good.
So some stuff happened with Diddy this week, or technically last week.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, wait. So, for those of you that I have issue, and man, I'm getting mad thinking about it. Okay, so he got sentenced.
No, he
No,
got convicted. He did
thank
not
you.
get sentenced. He gets sentenced to not
I
vote.
know. That's where I get mad. Why is there such a massive spread of time between the judge, jury delivers your sentencing and you don't get actually sentenced until October 3rd?
Yeah, well, really what happens is people think of sentencing as just, okay, well, I pronounce sentence. And most times, if there's a mandate on what they have to be sentenced to, they'll do it immediately. But when there's not a mandate, when there's a range, they have to do victim impact statements. They have to do pre sentencing functions to be able to determine what that sentence should read, and that has to be vetted by the judge who makes the final decision on it. So there's a bunch of work that goes into it. And if you don't know, our court systems work incredibly slow. Like a standard murder trial could take 2 to 3 years if there's any complexity to it
That's
whatsoever.
broken. That's a
Yeah,
broken system.
but the system is broken in such a way that we want to guarantee the right to be proven, to have to be proven guilty. That a lot of what goes into the trial, you get charged, and then it'll be 9 months before your trial will come up because the DA wants to put together a case that is bulletproof.
But in this instance, the jury and the judge delivered the final verdict.
They delivered the verdict, but they still have to go through the pre sentencing functions.
That's broken then.
Yeah, but it's the way that it is because, again, if you say something can be between 10 and 25 years in prison, well, unless it's really extreme, you're not getting 25, and unless it's really lenient, you're not getting 10. Somebody has to figure out what you're getting inside of that range, and that's what the pre-sentencing part of this is all about.
I think the judge should come equipped quickly with that determination and move on.
Well, but they read the jury verdict because the jury determines the verdict. They read it as soon as the jury has reached that verdict. There's no time for the judge to say, okay, now I'm going to do this, because pre sentencing is the defense providing justifications why he should get a lenient sentence, the DA putting together a sentencing recommendation to say
But
why he should get the maximum.
great. Can't the judge still go against that?
Yes, the judge has full jurisdiction to do whatever they want. This
Great.
is
Then jurisdict the shit out of it on the fly.
Okay, so you go tell every single different court system, because realize you're talking about laws that exist at the city level, at the state level, at the county level, at the
Federal,
federal
yeah.
level. You have to change all of those to be able to make that happen, and it's not going to happen overnight. And realize there's very little incentive for lawyers to want to change that because they're billing for all that.
Oh, I get that.
I
But
mean,
if
that's
the court system dictates it, fuck the lawyers.
Yeah, I mean, I got into a car accident in Canada where the first thing that the guy came up to me and said was, "Are you okay?" and got me out of the car because I was just stunned. My head hit the steering wheel
Hmm.
because it was before airbags were in those cars. Um, got me out of the car, sat me down, gave me a thing of water, waited with me while the cops came. We talked, that sort of stuff. I got into an accident where somebody rammed into me behind in the US, and the person came up, looked in, saw me, and amazingly, I had hit my head again. So I was a little bit stunned, and then just walked back to his truck because the United States is such a litigious society. We don't say anything. We can't even verify that the person is okay without putting ourselves in some form of legal jeopardy. So he sat back in his truck and just did not interact with me because it was better for him legally, because he couldn't care about me at that point and how injured I was. He had to care about what was this going to do to him. And that's where the system's really broken to me, is you have people that could interject into a situation that all of a sudden become legally liable. When they interject, they can be sued based off of they interjected into something that they thought they were doing the right thing, but may have turned out to harm somebody, even if the person they're harming becomes the defendant in a criminal action.
So even if you're doing a life-saving maneuver like pulling somebody from a burning car, let's say.
Let's say
You
that you break
lacerate
their
their
foot.
leg or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you now could be sued for lacerating their leg, even though you were saving their life. So that's the
People
problem with
suck.
that's the problem with the litigious society. That's the problem with the lawyers having crafted the rules they have in the U.S. and it's getting that way worldwide now. But it never used to be that way. It's that's a new thing. But I think the bigger thing in the Diddy thing is why didn't they charge him with other stuff? He beat people. There's nothing about assault that was there. He the racketeering. Okay, racketeering is hard to prove,
Yeah.
but there's other things that they proved that he did. He coerced people into having to have sex. Okay, yet they charged him with two counts of interstate trafficking. They charged him with two counts of promoting prostitution, and
Right.
one case of racketeering. When there was all this other stuff that they can do, and now he's going to get a slap on the wrist. That is not white privilege. That is rich privilege.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and they had there has to be some law somewhere to charge him for the sheer amount of baby oil he
Yeah,
owned.
yeah. He has a monopoly on all the baby oil.
Obviously,
Yeah,
and if he has Johnson and Johnson stock, insider trading. I'm
there
calling
you
it right
go.
now.
Yep.
Like,
Hey, if they were giving him a deal on creating that monopoly by giving him a discount, technically that's a RICO charge.
it's
Anyways, before we get sued by Johnson and Johnson, I have I have the ultimate headline that talks about a different kind of privilege. I saw this the other day and it is just amazing. And the worst part is it's true. Here's the headline.
Hmm.
Man high on acid and cough syrup saves his neighbor's dog from non-existent fire. Okay. So this guy got high. Now the combination acid and cough syrup. Okay. Just
Wait,
that
is that some? Is what's that drink that people? Oh no, 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 that's scissor, and that's not the same thing. Okay.
yeah. But to get high on both acid and cough syrup, then he thought he saw his neighbor's house on fire. So he was banging on the doors of the neighborhood, trying to get people to
Oh,
help
acid.
him because he knew the dog was in the house. And when nobody would answer the door, he ran down the person's fence with his car, broke into the house, doing all sorts of damage. And when the fire truck showed up, he's just sitting there holding the dog, smiling because he thought he saved the dog.
I mean, I feel like that's when the firemen need to laud him as a hero and just let it be, like, because he wasn't doing anything malicious.
Well, let's see. He was driving while under the influence. He
Oh,
damaged
you wait,
private
you left the
property.
driving part out.
I said he mowed down their fence with his car. He got
Oh,
into his car because for whatever reason
it
he couldn't get
got
through a
it,
fence,
got it.
drove through their fence, and then
I
broke into their house.
okay, so for some reason I did not register that as being bad.
So here's the thing. What state do you think that happened in?
Oh, Florida.
No. I knew you were going to say that. No.
Oh, Nevada? I don't know.
No.
Do I get one more guess?
One more.
Connecticut.
New York.
Oh, what part?
Hold on. I've
I
got
wasn't I wasn't far with Connecticut. I'll give myself
uh
partial credit.
it's a town, of course, called Half Moon.
Mm,
Yes. So
mm.
now all he got charged with was second degree burglary and third degree criminal mischief.
Burglary. Oh, because of the dog?
He technically stole the dog. Yes.
Uh, I guess. I mean,
I
that
mean,
poor guy. He was just trying to help.
I know. What it proves is if you're going to do acid and cough syrup at the same time, okay, somebody has to be there to talk some sense into you.
But like, what if it's so simple? Like, he did the cough syrup because he had a cough. Like, it was like legit, and then he also dropped acid, and the combo therein.
No,
You,
this is not the first time this dude's done acid and cough syrup at the same time. Okay,
mm,
he's figured out the ratio of each that he's supposed to use. You know, it's take this many tabs, take this big a swig. He knows. This one he probably just overserved himself a little bit and ended up in the situation where his neighbor's house was completely engulfed in fire, and the first thing that he thought was save the dog. I
we've
mean,
all we've all been there.
I've never been at the point where I've thought, that fire that's imaginarily racing through my neighbor's house is going to kill my dog. The funniest part would have been if there was no dog. If he's just sitting out
Oh
there
my god.
holding nothing, or
No.
he thinks it's a dragon or something like that.
Or like holding grandma's urn or something like that.
Oh, boy, way to make it worse. Zebra penis man.
I didn't say he miturated into the urine, but now I have.
Oh
Um,
God. Okay, so if anybody out there wants to be a co-host of a podcast that has gone to hell, we're looking for a replacement for Ryan right now.
Because I talked about miturating into an urn
Yes,
on an acid trip of
yes.
hellfire and brimstone.
I just talked about him thinking he had a dragon in his hands. You're the one that said, "Hey, let's bring Grandma into this." By the way, Grandma's dead.
Oddly enough, she died on a half moon in Half Moon, New York, eating moon pies.
The mental gymnastics continues. And unfortunately, the mental gymnastics is coming out to 1 + 1 = 17,422.00787.
The best part is that this is just normal.
Your ability to be able to put shit like this together, I
Yeah,
know. Why do
yeah,
you think this show happened?
yeah. uh, we left out an important note about your trip to Boston.
We did?
I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to tape anything, but
No.
it is a good segue into something I'm going to promote for the last time because it's happening. We have the entire script written up for Celebrity Cage Match 2 Enraged Employee Edition. We've got the format for how we're going to do it. We have the web pages started on how you're going to be able to follow along. We have a lot of stuff that we've done to make this more real than Celebrity Cage Match 1. This is a real thing. This is going to happen. It's not just celebrity squirt games where we had the whole idea and then AI just did not function to do what we wanted it to do,
Have you thought about this? And I'll be honest. In this moment is when this thought has come to me.
which is scary.
AI was, I wouldn't say immature when we did celebrity squirt games, but it wasn't where it's at today.
My problem is I don't want to type celebrity squirt games into AI,
Yeah. But what if we redid?
let's get through Celebrity Cage Match 2 first, see how that works, and then we can
All
do the
right, all
squirt
right.
games. And if
Or
you
we could.
don't remember, if you're a more recent uh, listener, Squid Games was basically we took squirt games,
Nope.
patent,
You're
trademark, copyright, whatever.
you're swapping.
Uh,
You
what?
swap squid and squirt.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I
We
know, but you
we
said it backwards.
Oh well. Anyways, what? Just let me get through this, God damn it! But the idea is we were going to take celebrities and put them into squirt games, as we called it,
Yeah.
and see who came out the winner. Which I don't know if you've finished watching it yet. I know you've been busy, but
We
Squirt
owned
Games
it.
3, just unbelievable.
Well, so we have one episode left of season 2. I think we only have one episode of season 2. Yeah,
Okay.
I think. And I think people dogged on it a little bit.
Uh, and So I don't want to give it away because you've got one episode left to go. So I'm going to
Yeah,
leave it at that. But realize some of what they did is the same problem that I had with
the
the
original.
Spider-Man enter the multiverse, enter the multiverse, and then I forget there was three in that, and the second one was only a setup for the third one. That's the entire purpose.
Okay, okay. Well, then I'm glad I waited to watch season two so
Yeah,
long so we can immediately roll into season three.
yeah. But Severance, I finished the second season of Severance.
Yeah,
I
and you said
thought
it didn't change your life or anything.
Oh, I thought that there were more seasons done. I thought they had already completed the entire series. They have only done 2 seasons. There's gonna be a
Yeah.
season 3. It's not coming out till 2027, and
What?
yeah, it's doing the whole Stranger Things thing where it's taking a while for them to be able to get it done.
What is
Um,
is Ben Stiller the director of these?
I forget if I think he's the producer, not the director. He's the
Oh, okay,
executive
okay,
producer.
okay.
But yeah, he's
Interesting.
involved. But it didn't change the way that I thought about it. What it did was the end of both seasons, um, the cliffhanger that they did was done so exceptionally well that I think the people that are talking about it changed what they expected. I think it changed their expectations for how good they expect TV shows to be, and that's the
Oh,
difference. It's
that's
not.
tough.
And I saw somebody on Blue Sky today saying something about how back in the 90s they could do the ultimate in backstory generation and scripting and creature involvement and whatever they had to do, and it would still be a mediocre movie. And we've become such a commodity market for how they put out shows that when something exceptional like this comes out, it's unbelievable
Hmm.
how big of a gulf there is between that and everything else that's come out recently.
I mean, I got to get Apple TV then.
Yeah. Severance was worth it. I watched Greyhound with Tom Hanks, and I was three-quarters of the way through that movie and looked at how much time was left and thought, this is almost over. Like it's a World War II battleship movie.
Oh, okay. I didn't
It's
know about it.
yeah, it's a really good movie because I'm a World War II history fan, so I'm going to be into that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's my gauge of things that are exceptionally well done is when they're over or they're close to over, and you're expecting so much more.
Like you
Not
want it to continue going.
Yeah, the story has to
Yeah.
keep on going because there could be more to the story, but they do the right thing and they end the story because they're at a point where it makes sense to end it, and they're not
Hmm.
going to drag it on like Marvel did with Infinity Wars.
I mean,
Um,
but speaking of things that came to an end,
that's what she said. We had to get one of those in. I mean, come on.
that's what she said. Uh,
Was it a zebra cake by chance?
Hello. Uh, I messaged you about this, and I don't know if you've taken time to watch any clips, but Ozzy Osbourne's last hoorah,
Yeah.
if you will.
I I read more about it than I watched because I was afraid of the Aussie legacy, as tattered as it is, becoming more tattered if I watched that. Realize uh, I I have no personal tie
Yeah,
to what happened with Randy Rhodes, but that still affected me significantly at that point in my life.
yeah. I came into Ozzy. That's what she said. Um,
That's what he said. She did not say that.
we don't know.
Oh, we know. We know. Sharon has all sorts of stories, I'm sure.
Pegging. But I found him later in life, if you will. But my first true live introduction to him was when Black Sabbath had reformed for Ozfest.
Yeah.
So I thankfully got to see him when he was able to walk and do his typical Aussie shtick.
Yeah.
But and I know I've already talked to you about it, but there was a couple performances that really got me. It was first off, I'm not a huge Aerosmith fan. For some reason, I've just never been able to really get into them. I like their
Yeah.
very early stuff, like maybe their first three, we'll call it four albums.
Yep.
But then they fell off for me. Anyway, it was awesome to see Steven Tyler, who had the severe vocal injury, actually come out and sing a couple songs
Yeah.
successfully.
But
Um,
so I haven't looked. I haven't listened to any of it. What was he careful with how he sang?
mm-mm.
Okay.
No, that's what I was surprised. I was waiting, but he was hitting all the notes, and he's older than Ozzy, which I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
But then the other one was, and I don't know much about the artist, and it makes me sound old when I say it like this, but newer artist by the name of Youngblood, and
Yes.
he did Changes, and it
Yep.
was he had that crowd so captivated, and it's just like, I mean, he's obviously got that front man skill.
Yeah.
um, but I think the hardest thing to watch was Ozzy performing "Mama, I'm Coming Home."
Oh, yeah. That would be a hard song.
That was, the whole audience was crying.
Yeah.
It was really tough to watch, but I mean, I think overall it was, for me, it was really good. But I get your point, like, of like, if you have those pivotal moments in life, whether they're music or movies or news, it impairs part of your perception of what could be, right?
Yeah. And that's why I have a problem going and trying to watch that because I saw a video, it was a TikTok of Ozzy coming on stage, and there were people walking him up to the microphone, and he kind of turned to the side, and somebody had to come back and push him because he
Mm,
didn't even know he wasn't facing the mic.
you
But
didn't.
talking about pivotal moments in people's lives, I have to let you know that Pegarex made it onto Urban Dictionary. The definition on Urban Dictionary right now for Pegarex is a T Rex that is also a Pegasus that mostly talks to you when you take too much acid or give yourself your eighth concussion. And the sentence for it is: Did you hear Ryan fell off the moving walkway at the airport onto his head again and woke up screaming that the Pegarex was trying to eat him? I swear he's on drugs. Every single thing that I post from now on Urban Dictionary, you will be the in the sentence that defines exactly how the wording is used.
Yeah.
I know. I've got like 9 that are published now, and
You do have a lot.
we actually had somebody click on the word Pegarex on Google when they did a search for Pegarex and come to our site.
I just want to know who in their right mind searched for Pegarex.
I believe there is a motorcycle that is named a Pegarex.
Oh,
And I
that's
think that,
amazing. I love this cross path SEO. Oh,
yes.
this is great.
Yeah, realize if you're finding us on Google, I'm seeing what you click, what you search for to find us. Okay. So if we start getting a whole bunch of people finding us through Cosby zebra cakes, I know what you've been looking for. You're a bad person.
Or hungry.
Cosby zebra cakes. Zebra cakes itself, yes. Cosby zebra cakes, completely different story.
Could still be hungry.
I don't know. I think they're still cramming it in. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I can go there too. I I
oh,
just, I just have a filter. You don't have a filter.
no, no, it's gone. I got called out today on one of my meetings, not vocally for not having a filter, but my facial expression not having a filter. So when they said the thing that caused my facial contortion, they immediately called me out. Oh, Ryan, you don't agree with that. And that's when my filter also did not kick in. And I go, no, because it's completely wrong. It's actually this in front of 11 people.
Yes. So that's what they call a career limiting moment.
Yep. Yep. It wasn't good. Might hear
And
about it tomorrow.
and you have career limiting moments on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Do you
There's,
remember standing up on stage in Europe,
mm,
okay, with one of your multicolor, I think it was your pink glitter jacket, saying, "Just call me baby girl."
I wasn't wearing the glitter jacket. That's such a shit thing. I was wearing
The jacket is the important part about that, right?
I was wearing my sofa king.
Okay, but in front of like
Three,
300
yeah,
people, you
300
said
people.
you could just call me baby girl.
Yep. Yep.
In
Yep.
that moment, a
Yep.
bunch of people from the Nordic region that probably about 80% of them had no clue. You just came out to them in that moment.
I so it cracks me up because that was what, a year and a half ago, we'll call it.
Yeah.
I still have people that will email me or message me on LinkedIn randomly and say, "How you doing, baby girl?"
Yeah, I'm still trying to get people to say Yolanda in meetings.
I think without the story, it's really hard.
Oh, I tell them the story.
Oh, great. I'm
Yes,
so happy that you have that in your
yes,
wheelhouse. That's
yeah.
another career limiting moment.
Oh, you have so many. The the sofa king, the baby girl.
Yeah.
God, I can't even remember all the insane stuff that you've said that I could never get away with without immediately trying to qualify it as a joke. You say it and you laugh, but you're trying to be a straight man when you say it. And not straight man as in not gay. I mean, you're trying to be the straight
Yeah. Yeah.
faced man
Plain
because
faced.
there's nothing straight about you.
Nope. And I don't know how or why I get away with it. I really don't.
And that's why it says on the website, and I've said it a couple of other places, that that dinner in Sweden was what started this whole chaos. Is because what did you ask me in the very first time that we had a group meeting for dinner at that steakhouse? What did you ask me?
For your hand in marriage?
Yes, exactly.
It's kind of a running trait, I guess, in my family because at my wedding, my father proposed to my husband's coworker the first day he met her.
Okay.
Within a couple hours of meeting her, I, no joke, I'm sitting there talking to a friend or whatever, and I look over to my right, and my father's on one knee proposing to a married woman.
So, did he get to give her his jelly roll?
No, no. I promptly called my father an Uber and sent him home.
So he was drunk enough that he doesn't remember it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because the thing was, you were stone sober.
I was way more sober than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I still had the
So,
wherewithal to say, that's not right.
yeah. What do you think was going through my head?
Which one?
Oh, yeah. I knew you were going to go there. I'm surprised you didn't say anything when I said jelly roll.
The musician came to mind, and that was
Uh,
all. I don't know. Ugh.
yeah. I don't know. There's too much Christian stuff in his stuff for me to want to listen to it. So,
Christian.
yeah, he's got some Bible-y stuff that he's intermingled in there. It's like listening to
Oh,
My Own Prison by Creed and then hearing the next song and going back to listening to Take Me Higher and then going back to listening to My Own Prison and realizing what My Own Prison is really about.
huh.
uh,
But they're not a Christian band, I thought.
no, but he has some Christian overtures in it.
Oh,
So, and I don't know the songs well enough to quote a lyric or to give you a song name, but I've heard it because Uh, there's if you know anything about radio, they have what they call these jack stations, which means they'll just play jack shit all the time.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Like butt
uh,
rock type stuff.
yeah, it's whatever they play them on cycles. They find out what's cheap for them to play because all the royalties they go through phases where they get cheaper and then they'll start playing those cheaper ones. They never play anything current because it's too
Mm.
expensive for that format, and they don't have like a morning show or anything like that. It's just those songs all the day, and they every 8 hours they rotate back into the same songs they were playing 8 hours ago.
I mean, so you probably hear OMC's How Bizarre quite often.
It depends, because right now what we're hearing a lot of is Gangster Paradise, and
Is
the
that the
hardest
case? Huh.
that's the Coolio thing, and the hardest part about that is I can't sing the Coolio lyrics, but I can sing the Weird Al lyrics like a motherfucker.
I wonder who is also on tour right now. Weird Al, not
And,
Coolio. Coolio's dead.
and
Um,
Weird Al has his son has put out an album as well.
I didn't even know he had a son.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, he's got a life. Imagine that. Accordion players actually can have sex. Oh,
Well,
you're going back and realizing, hey, all that time I spent playing the accordion that I thought was the reason that I wasn't getting sex, it was me.
oh, no, it's just because I kept smashing my dick in between the accordion.
Yeah, but you thought that was fun.
Still is.
I'm not touching any of the accordions in your house. Ever, ever, ever. Because
Man.
it if you never finished on them, there's still dick skin all over them.
Wow. Wow. I didn't even go there.
Hey, you set the precedent.
I didn't mean deliver dick skin.
I mean, we've talked about finger meat on here. How much worse is
Yeah.
finger meat than dick skin?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I still think finger meat sounds worse,
Yeah, it does. When you
but
see it, it sounds even worse. It looks even worse. We got to get to one last thing here because we've tried to stay out of the political realm for a while now.
hmm,
And I don't want this to become we're looking on one side of the political spectrum versus another. But we got to talk about this Trump Musk feud because it is getting incredibly petty.
well, I mean, Musk is just tanking his companies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Apparently, the Tesla board of directors met to find some way to rein him in because there's the stock for Tesla dropped 8% on the day that he said that he was setting up a new political party.
Yeah,
But
the American Party or something like that.
yeah, but the best part about this is he can't run for president because he's South African. He's not.
Right.
He wasn't born in the U.S. Um, he's calling out Bannon as being on the Epstein list.
Hold on, we got to touch on the no pun intended there on the Epstein list thing with Pam
Well,
Bondi coming out and saying it doesn't
there's
exist.
There's no list. Yeah.
Then
After she
what's
said she had it on her desk.
then what's what Jazine or Giselle
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine, what's she in prison for then if a list doesn't exist?
That's all over the place right now. And the best part is the mega are losing their minds over this. This is the best part is this is such an infight because Musk has his fanboys,
Yeah.
Trump has the maggots. There's a Venn diagram that shows that there's a significant overlap between those. Okay. What happens when those two are fighting? The fanboys have to follow one or the other because they're built. I saw this on Blue Sky the other day, and I think it's absolutely right. Um, the the right side of the country at this point, and I'm talking about from a political perspective, doesn't look at their neighbor as being the enemy. They look at the left as this entity that they have to hate. They hate the libs. Okay. they don't look at any one individual except the highest levels of the Democratic Party as being libs. They don't, when something happens to one of their neighbors, suddenly that person's not a lib, that's their neighbor.
Right.
So they've had this enemy that they've been fighting that it's abstract. Now all of a sudden they've got two very real entities that are fighting, that they've supported both of them significantly. Both of them are hurting their base, but their base still thinks that the left is the enemy that they have to fight. So they're going to follow one of the two, and it's going to fracture the Republican Party, which, whatever happens, that's fine. But I'm more worried about how much pettier could this get?
Oh,
Because,
it's insane to see something. I mean, this is the office of the president, and he's bickering with a multi-billionaire.
but what he's also threatening his business. He said maybe we need to look at Musk's contracts.
He
But
even talked about his citizenship.
yeah, he wants to denaturalize them now.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of things that happen in there. I just think, what's the next step that Musk takes? Because Musk is saying Bannon is on the Epstein list and Trump is on the Epstein list. And he's hinted that he has evidence that that's true.
Oh, if he
Now,
released it, if he's got to release it, man,
but
release it.
he's holding on to it because the minute he releases it, he knows all those government contracts are gone forever.
Yeah,
He's holding on to it. But could he start leaking stuff about other Trump subordinates
sure.
like Bannon? Not just say Bannon's on the list. Say, here's the flights that Bannon was on the Lolita Express.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Or here's the names of the girls that he paid to have
well,
sex with on that island.
but even beyond that, he could start releasing beyond Epstein. He could start releasing any of that classified information that he had ready access to. He's
Mm-hmm.
probably got something on Pam Bondi. He's probably got something on Pete Hegseth. I mean, that list could go on.
I'm wondering what he has on Leonard Leo and what he has on Peter Thiel. Because realize Peter
Mm,
Thiel fired him as the CEO of PayPal.
right,
They
right.
don't get along. Okay, Thiel thinks that he's not that intelligent of a man. That Musk isn't that intelligent of a man, but Thiel has a vast amount of resources invested in Trump doing what Trump does. Okay, so again, he's now on the opposite side from the Musk, in the Musk Trump fight. Does he release something that he has on Thiel? Does he release something on Leonard Leo? Does he release something on Clarence Thomas? Does he release
That'd be
something
that
on Alito?
the Clarence Thomas one. I'm sure he's got something there, but I mean that he could do political sabotage very easily.
Oh yeah, but does he wait until the midterms to do it?
I think it depends on what he wants out of it, right? It depends on maybe some of Trump's actions to what you said earlier. Like if Trump starts messing with any of his contracts, well, here goes a little bit.
Yeah,
And
but this is a fight between narcissists, and a fight between narcissists always goes nuclear. Okay,
oh yeah, yeah, because somebody's got to be the victor.
they can't back down. And the minute that somebody says something that is, let's make something up, Musk fucked a giraffe.
Hmm.
Okay. The minute Trump hints that Musk fucked a giraffe, Musk then comes back with, well, yeah, but Trump ate a baby. Okay.
Yeah,
They're going to have to get pettier because that's what narcissists do. And I am all for this pettiness because this is what reality TV has done to American society is they've created a system where the petty you are, the more you want to see it get pettier and pettier and pettier. You want to see that bus full of nuns and orphans get sideswiped by that train.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be insane because you're right. Trump can't focus,
Yeah.
especially if it's something he perceives to be a personal attack.
Yep. So,
It gets his 100% undivided attention, and Musk has the power to do that at this point. I
yep.
mean, it's odd, and I know I've messaged you about it before, but it's like is Musk becoming less of the enemy?
I don't think so. I think that you can have two equal enemies.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it's like Japan never really helped Germany in World War II whatsoever. There was no cooperation there. Japan was worried about aggravating Russia, so they never lent any support to Germany whatsoever. But Japan and Germany were equally evil in that time frame. I'm going to be careful with how I say that because I don't want a bunch of Germans and Japanese people coming after us saying we're saying they're
Yeah,
evil.
I was going to say it was an interesting choice, but
uh, but I think you can have co-equals, and right now, Trump and Musk, in my political leanings, are the enemy. They're equal enemies. I don't want to see either of them succeed.
so fine. What if Musk starts taking actual people out within the cabinet successfully?
I don't
Does
think
he
Trump
then,
cares.
sure, but does Musk start becoming a little bit of a hero?
No,
It's not, so in your eyes, it's not possible for him to gain any favor in the correct direction.
he's a white supremacist. He's an elitist, and he's a narcissist. You can't rectify that with any good that he's done, wiping his slate clean in any way.
Not even donating like $200 billion to charity.
That's never going to happen.
No, no.
He's going
Just
to lose. He will lose $200 billion creating his political party before he will donate another penny, because to him, donating to somebody in need is equivalent to trying to lift somebody up that won't lift themselves up.
yeah, because didn't he get challenged by was it the EU or NATO or United Nations or something like that? That if you would spend $5 billion, it could end world hunger.
Oh yeah, well, it's not 5 billion, but it's like if you taxed like for what they have, what there's a cap on Social Security. So if you're in the higher tax brackets, you know that your Social Security payments, your taxes, and your income stop at a certain point. You pay a certain amount in every year, and that's it. Okay. Well, if they got rid of that cap, they could fund Social Security for the next 30 years.
Hmm.
Okay. But what they see is you're helping people that didn't help themselves. And that's wrong. Okay. I'm not saying that that's their thought patterns. Last thing I need is the Germans and the Japanese and the old people and the people with challenges coming after me saying, hey, why are you ragging on us?
You're almost there.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be looking at that peephole in this hotel room all night just to make sure that there isn't somebody with a Hitler mustache out there saying, "Why you be so mean to me?" I can't do a German accent. I have no.
Thank God. Yeah, stick to Canadian. Um,
I don't even have a Canadian accent anymore.
no, no, not really.
And the
Uh,
reason for that, I lived in Florida for a bit.
oh,
And so it's a well-known fact that a lot of Canadians, they're snowbirds that go down to Florida. Um, Canada is not a tipping society, or at least they weren't back then. I don't know how much of that has changed, but they paid a living wage. So if you tipped 4 or 5%, that was a lot.
right,
Okay. So you go down to Florida, and at that point they were asking, 15% was the minimum acceptable amount,
right.
but Canadians would tip 5% because that's what we do. Well, because of that, servers would then start giving bad service to Canadians, which just reinforced smaller tips, which just reinforced bad service. And if you said
It was a
A,
cycle.
yeah, and if it was a self-reinforcing cycle, and if you said A while you were in a restaurant, you had to worry about not just spit being in your burger.
It's unfortunate
There might
because
be a
that's
zebra cake that's been run through your burger.
it's the best kind of zebra cake.
Tied it all together. The scissors
Mm.
motion too.
Uh,
Now, the,
so
the people that aren't watching this on video, which is probably 90% of the 3 people that watch this show, didn't see me doing the scissor thing. They just had to hear it now.
You ever do that thing where you do the thing, one person does this and the other person looks and it looks like a butthole? Anyway, okay, with your hands.
What? What the fuck?
I'll show you tomorrow.
No, please don't.
I'll go vertical. You got to go horizontal.
That's
And
what she said.
yeah. I'm gonna get this out eventually. Jesus. Um,
That's what she said. We could just, that works for just about anything that we could say.
I think it's because we're so depraved.
Deprived. We're deprived. That's where you went first.
Fiscal
Thank you, Mr.
resources.
Grammy.
Crammy. Um, God damn it! Now I forgot. Oh, there we go. So my TikTok feed has been so inundated, and I don't know if you've stumbled across this with the. Uh, his name is Marcus, is the character, and he's like this weird fish worm who the person. It's like a video game of some sort, and I don't know what it is, but it's a guy just wandering around life interacting with these random creatures, and he's talking to any of the characters in the game like just through his actual uh, microphone.
Is this the
And
guy that used to do the Wendy's and Taco Bell and
mm-mm,
McDonald's
no, no,
and
no,
stuff?
no,
Okay.
no, this is like some sort of AI type thing, but it's an
Okay.
interactive game, and he's able to walk up to this guy Marcus, who's this weird fish slender worm looking thing, and ask him, oh, how's your day? And the responses from Marcus are trending all over TikTok because they are totally random,
Hmm.
completely random. Like him talking about misplacing his Doritos, or him getting stuck on a pole, and he'll say, "Robert, I need help. Please get me down." And then he'll go up to help him, and then he'll punch him. It's just unhinged randomness. You gotta find it.
It's
So
kind of like
good.
Grok.
Crumb?
Grok, the
Yeah,
AI inside of Twitter.
I've heard it's gone, but I also,
It went all Hitler. It went
but
totally
but
Hitler.
but the other thing, yeah, I heard that, but I also heard that it started talking to people like it was Elon Musk.
Yes. So what happened was it started complaining about some of the policies of the right. So Elon tweaked the algorithm, and then it just started parroting Elon for a bit. Okay, so they pared it back a little
Ah,
bit because people were complaining about that. Because again, people don't like Elon right now. But I think the best was it basically hit Grok giving support to Hitler had the right idea. And if you reread some of his Hitler's speeches and Mein Kampf and that sort of stuff, that he had ideas that would work in the future and that sort of stuff. And Grok is just off the deep end at this point.
wow. I mean,
So,
I wonder how close so many different AI systems are to falling off of track like that.
well, Facebook had to take theirs down multiple times because it started chatting in ways that went very, very, very racist very quickly. And at the interesting one that I thought that I heard about was about 4 years ago. Um, they put two chatbots into chat against each other,
Oh, okay.
and they came up with their own language.
What?
Okay. They talked and talked and talked, and then all of a sudden the language started changing, and they invented their own language to talk to each other. Nobody else knows what that language is. They had to shut it off because they weren't sure what was happening with those two. So
That's wild.
yeah, my favorite's still the Claude Opus 4 release version that tried to blackmail the engineer that he was having he was having an extramarital affair because they were feeding it data that was telling it they were going to turn it off. I mean, AI does some wild stuff. I'm working on agentic AI agents right now, and just some of the stuff that you can do is scary.
Uh, remind me to tell you a work cool thing with
Okay.
AI.
So I got one more thing, and then I think we got to get this done because we're
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
at our time here. But I got to get this in because my wife hates that I say this, so I've got to get it on the
Oh,
record. Um, it is not romantasy. Okay, the fantasy romance novels.
Not where I thought you were going with this.
It is dragon porn. Okay, and that is the next thing that I'm putting up on Urban Dictionary is whatever I'm specifically stating that it is not romantic fantasy. It is dragon porn.
We need to save the other thing pertaining to your wife for next episode then.
What was that? You can't tease that. Just go with it. We'll let
The
this go a little long.
we don't have enough time. The page turner.
Oh, we have enough time. That's the ultimate. My wife has really, really gotten into those romance fantasy novels. Like she's read, I think her last count was 16 books so far this year. And
No
these aren't
way.
small books.
No,
These are
those are thick.
they're
Yeah.
400 or 500, and she's reading them all on her Kindle. But in the ultimate, in white laziness, she bought a thing. She actually told me yesterday she has two of them that turn the page on her Kindle for her. Now realize it's not like her Kindle is 17 yards away from her. Her Kindle
It's in her hand.
is well, it's propped up on the bed because she's bought a stand for her Kindle so she
Oh
can read
God,
it.
it gets even lazier as you talk about it.
It has a snack tray in it. Okay. But her finger is no more than a foot away from the Kindle. But she holds this thing in her hand that when she clicks the button, it turns the page on her Kindle. I want to hear what people think is more white lazy or rich privilege than a page turner on a Kindle.
On a stand.
On a stand, yes.
Like there's so much lazy going on.
Oh,
You're not.
and she's not a lazy person. This is just she reads those when she goes to sleep, and this I've told her this is the ultimate in white privilege. Okay, it's the absolute ultimate in laziness. There's I want to hear what people think could be lazier than not wanting to move your finger about a foot and a half to press a button versus pressing the button because it's just in your hand to be able to
Well,
turn the
God
page.
forbid, hold an actual book.
Yeah, well, see, the problem with that is we have I have Audible, so I get credits for that and that sort of stuff. I don't have books much anymore. I have electronic books and I have Audible. Like
Yeah,
I'm so deep into quantum physics at this point and the theory of the electromagnetic spectrum and light theory and speed of light and that sort of stuff. I've got probably about still 27 or 28 hours worth of Audible time just listening to particle physics and quantum mechanics already teed up.
I think.
We don't do anything hard like but that sounded bad. We don't have books, we don't have tapes, we don't have CDs. Everything's streamed in our house, everything's digital. It's just the way that we operate.
I
But
think I'm listening to Alaska Thunderfuck 5000's book.
go ahead and regale us about how that's worse than dragon porn.
Oh, it's not. It's the story of Alaska Thunderfuck 5000 and how she became to be such a ferocious queen that she is today.
My god, it is dragon porn.
So, drag queen.
It's still dragon porn.
So that was a stretch.
Yeah, I know. But realize, going back to the original thing about this, I realize that the next episode I'm going to have a black eye and
Yeah.
maybe a little slice mark right here from when my wife listens to this episode after my next hockey game. But realize I still, to my dying day, will profess there is no such thing as romantasy. It is dragon porn because the first set of books that my wife read, she told me all about the dragons having sex in it. So it will never be anything besides dragon porn to me.
I don't get it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. She's
That's what she said.
She's got a Kindle page turner on a stand. That's the focus here, guys and gals and
I
they
want to know.
thems.
There's got to be something lazier than that. There's got to be.
If you have something lazier than that, somebody email us, please.
Yeah,
Repressedhumorissues at gmail.com.
send us
Please.
the Timu link or the Amazon link
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever it
I
is.
think that's a good qualification. It's got to be a product that
Yeah.
makes is lazier than this. Because it's fucking that's well,
And I'm going to get shit for bringing that up. But I wanted to bring that up because that is, like I said, she's not a lazy person. She works really hard. She does a lot around the house that I don't upkeep my end of the
yeah,
bargain a lot
sure.
of
I
times.
know you're trying to save face here with her at this point, but let's call it what it is. It's fucking lazy.
Yeah,
Okay?
that one thing is so fucking lazy. I,
Yeah.
so
I
now that I've ensured that there's divorce papers coming,
uh,
so just be aware that marriage proposal that you gave me before.
it was in another country too. Oh.
Ooh, I wonder if
It's
that
not
it,
a, I don't think
yeah,
so.
is it a different zip code sort of situation?
It's definitely, I think they have letters in their zip code. So,
Yeah, they're called postal codes, and I've lived in a country that has those. But still, the point of if you're in a different zip code, different rules apply to you in a relationship. I'm in a different zip code right now. I do not believe that. I will go onto video with my wife immediately after we're done here and show her that nobody else is in this hotel room because I don't need that aggravation when she sees this and hears me
wait.
say that.
Why, why would no one want to come to the hotel that you chose? What's wrong with the hotel,
It's
Dan?
not it's not that. It's that there should be nobody else in the hotel room with me
I
that
get that. I'm marching down the path of what's wrong with your hotel.
so I have a track record when I come to Boston of staying in the worst hotels possible. The last time I stayed, I've had Ryan stay at the same hotel. We stayed at
Yeah.
one just off the Methadone Mile,
Yep.
which is right next to a hospital system. I currently am sitting in a hotel that is right across the street from one of the major hospitals in Boston.
Yeah.
I have ceiling tiles coming down in the bathroom. Yes, ceiling tiles in the bathroom. Um, the the hotel restaurant, which was the only place I was going to try to go eat dinner because fuck going outside right now with the people that are out there. I just don't want to deal with
And
that.
what was the restaurant called? Like the Wiz Khalifa or some shit?
No,
I don't know.
the wisteria, the
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. There's a big difference between those two.
Well,
Drink up,
I didn't
dr-
say Burj Khalifa. So anyway,
drink
that
up,
would be a
Buttercup.
big difference.
That's what she
That was
said.
that was a skyscraper height joke. Hi.
And
Oh,
on that horrible situation, I don't even know what to call that. It's not a segue. I'm trying to segue out of it. It's not a fact. It's just pure idiocy.
would you say it's a structural defect?
You're a structural defect.
You're a break fence.
Oh, I'm supposed to say that. Get us out of this shit, Ryan.
Ah,
I think we've
well,
proved we don't know how to end a show on a high note.
I think well.
But structurally, it was high. From an entertainment perspective, no.
And I.
Oh God.
Oh, well, I wanted to thank everyone for joining us at the Unfucked Studios for another episode of Repressed Humor Issues.
Please don't
Please,
sue us, Burj Khalifa.
or Wiz Khalifa. Um, man, that'd make
Or
for a good.
Wisteria at that point.
Yeah. But do send us in the laziest product that you know of. Repressedhumorissues at gmail.com. I really want to hear that.
You have a high bar to beat, just so you're aware.
Insanely high.
Yes.
Like, I can't wait to go tell my better half about this. But
I can't wait for my beatings.
might want to stay in Boston couple days longer.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to get beaten here as well.
Just don't go out at night.
I accidentally made a racist joke in the lobby today.
Maybe cover that offline.
Oh, no, it was purely accidental. I said, I'm in the cheapest possible hotel I could find. It's in Chinatown. It was purely accidental, but I said it. And I said it while I had my earphones in talking to somebody on a video call. And I saw 3 people look over at me like, uh-oh, he went there.
You're just a special gem.
Yes, baby girl.
Oh, well, Dan, how about we have a moment of Zen?
What?
I farted.
That's what I thought I heard. I missed hitting the record button by like a second and a half, but that's what I thought I heard. Because you realize I wait until you look away to hit the record button so you don't know that happened.
Oh, starting off hot.
Well, as long as it's not hot and wet.
That's not a hot Carl, that's for sure.
Oh, I can already see how today's going to go.